Hi, welcome to the Can Do program for parents and kids. We're so glad you're here. My name is Boaz and I am your host. Do you have kids between the ages of 4 and 12? And would you like to raise your kids to be more confident, to be more authentic, and to be self-driven? Do you feel your child has such potential that if we unlocked it, it could take them to soaring heights? If so, we might be able to help. Here's our offer. We're looking for 3 parents this month that want to help their kids to become a better version of themselves. In just 7 weeks, because that's the length of the Can Do program for parents and kids parenting course, we can help your child to have a better attitude, to perform better at school, get better grades, perhaps one day get scholarships, be better at interacting with others at school, with their brothers and sisters, and with you, and to be more self-motivated. Maybe that's you. Our team is looking for parents who, like us, believe that personal development for their kids is really important and should be attended to on a regular basis. We can help you become proud parents and receive compliments for your kids from teachers, from relatives, neighbors, and other parents. Wouldn't that be nice? Now, before I tell you more about the program, let me tell you more about us. My name is Boaz Rauschwerger. I'm an internationally known speaker, author, and consultant, and I've been awarded Speaker of the Year by Vistage. That's the world's largest organization of CEOs. I appeared regularly on a Lifetime television program called The Balancing Act, and I've had the privilege of speaking for such companies as Toyota, Century 21, American Airlines, Time Warner, and Xerox. Now, if you're like me, you might want your child to be more responsible, to be well-mannered, and to have empathy toward others. Think about these traits. Look at them very closely right now. How much of this has been lost in society these days? Being well-mannered and respectful, that's almost gotten thrown under the bus. Aren't those traits we want our kids to have for the future? And what if you don't want your child to get wrongly influenced by peers, and especially by the internet? Surveys have shown kids are spending so much time on the internet each day, hours on the internet and with their phones, and how much time do we actually spend with them in direct communications each day? Just a few minutes a day, according to surveys, and yet they're being influenced by the internet. So many hours a day, we've got to be careful what's going into their minds. So this may indeed become the most important opportunity that you have ever had. Our revolutionary Can Do program for parents and kids and the methods that we use in that program have helped more than 500 families nationwide and around the world to make their kids simply awesome. Now, we all know something. We all know that teaching our kids about certain values, about certain qualities, and certain lessons that can be important to their future is the best way to make their minds grow. But here's the problem. Most of us don't know exactly what we need to be doing in this area. We don't know what our kids really need to be taught and how they need to be taught. Especially in the case of working parents. Children get more influenced by others, by peers, and most importantly, as we mentioned, by the internet. So what kind of influence are they getting on a regular basis, and what is that influence having on their future? Thus, a personal development program for our kids is on autopilot. Good or bad? You know, the new electric cars, you can push a button and suddenly it just goes right down the road without you even touching the wheel because it's on autopilot. And our kids' minds are the same way. That autopilot is operating every day, 24 hours a day in their brain, and that autopilot is taking our kids somewhere, maybe somewhere we don't really want. But personal development has to be done in a very special way. It's got to be done in a way that kids will enjoy it, that they can have fun with it and actually want to consume it. And that's what parents tell us they find in the Can Do program. People love it. Kids love it. I am their fictitious teacher at the Can Do School of Champions. And every day of the year they hear me say, "Good morning. Welcome to the 1st, the 10th, the 20th day of the month." I have kids around the world who can mimic the way I say good morning. It's simply wonderful. This new little-known Can-Do program is a shortcut around all of the problems that our kids face these days and what keeps them from becoming more successful and happier in the future. The Can-Do program is the fastest method that we've discovered to do certain things that can help your kids. We teach 31 core qualities, values, lessons for your kids in a very playful manner. And what if they had literally a 360-degree personal development plan that was all around them every day and supported them in the right direction? The program helps make kids confident, gives them courage, and develops integrity. Think about those terms: confidence, courageousness, integrity. Wouldn't we love our kids to have those traits for the rest of their lives? And all of this happens without you having to spend hours with your kids to get their foundation right. In fact, the program, once you implement it in the 7-week parenting course, takes less than 5 minutes a day. Just 5 minutes a day to get your kids going in the right direction and change their future for the better forever. So I'm going to reveal to you the exact details in just a moment. But first, I need to give you an overview of why this particular program, this Can-Do system, works so very well. The way most parents raise their kids is through a default mode. Think about this. The way my grandparents raised my parents, the way my parents raised me, it was pretty well a default mode. It was a certain pattern of doing things. There was nothing unusual or different that helped me become different for my future. So we tend to raise our kids in an improved version of the way we were raised. But it's the same way, nevertheless. It's exactly the same pattern we're repeating without much difference from one generation to another. It's what we experienced, the way we think it should be, and the way we saw our peers raising their kids. It's all through our experiences. And if those don't change, then nothing changes. But the word reactive is critical here. It gets us to our parenting instincts to become reactive. They're based on our experiences from the past. And that can lead to trouble. 1 out of every 2 parents believes that they're doing a good job raising their kids. Now, if that was actually true, if that was actually true, we wouldn't have the following. We see anxiety disorders, depression, mental illnesses, and mobile addictions increasing exponentially in the past 10 years. So if we're doing such a good job, why are we having all of these problems with our kids? And what does that do for their future? Something definitely is broken in the entire system here. So kids get exposed to all kinds of things, whether good or bad, more so than ever. And just appreciating them is not enough. Telling them, I love you, is not enough. Being nice to them is just simply not enough. There is more to it. Parents need an empowering system. We need to somehow find an empowering system or formula that can help our kids be different for the future, be more productive and happier, more confident. A system that is with them all the time, that becomes literally automatic. You see, a child's brain is like a sponge. If you have a really good sponge in your kitchen, it can soak up most anything and everything. And their minds are like that sponge. So without any filters, everything goes in and they believe it. Everything that goes into their mind is simply believed. It's true up to the age of 12. They don't judge it. So it's just like clay. You ever played with clay when you were a child? So, when you start with a lump of clay, it's kind of moist and it's flexible. And so you put it on a wheel and you spin it. And so you're able to form this beautiful cup like in the picture here. And then you put it into an oven and it dries it and makes it hard. So just like clay, our child's minds are being formed into something up to the age of 12, and you can only form it when the clay is wet. And after it hardens, it's hard to reshape it, and after the age of 12, it's very hard to reshape our kids' thinking. According to neuroscientists, a crucial time in helping our kids to instill these positive beliefs that we're talking about here, about themselves, is between the time they're born and the age of 12. Those are critical years. And what would you like them to believe about themselves and about life in general? What are the things we really want them to instill in their minds that will take them through the rest of their lives? This is the time between the age of the time they're born until the age of 12 to install positive messages as they are accepted as true. So whatever messages they get, good or bad, negative or positive, their minds up to the age of 12 take them as being true. You see, comments like, your sister is smarter than you, you're clumsy, big boys don't cry, all those types of ideals have a huge impact in the wrong direction. We're instilling those thoughts for the rest of their lives. Words do matter, and we've got to be really careful. You see, after the age of 12, it starts to get a little harder. It's hard to change their beliefs and therefore their inner voice. Think about this as adults. How hard is it for us to change our beliefs? So we see how difficult it is for grown-ups to change their habits, behaviors, and attitude for good. I know how difficult it is for me. It requires way too much effort after we get above the age of 12. So it's easier to strengthen the inner voice of your child's mind by programming their mind using subtle suggestion techniques with core values, qualities, and lessons that can take them in the right direction. And that's exactly what the Can Do program can help you with. We're talking 5 minutes a day. That's exactly what we're talking about. That can change the life of your kids and your family forever. This is a system to positively program the minds of your kids using subtle suggestion techniques that we've tested. Here's one place we tested it, at Manor Hill Elementary School in Kansas City. They used the program for an entire year. There's a picture of me along with the principal of the school when we launched the program. They made t-shirts. See, it says "Be a Champion," because we teach kids every day of the year that they are special, they are unique, they are destined for greatness, and we tell them, you are a champion. And we have a champion sign. Every day I play like a champion. We have them high-five that sign every day. This kind of programming is very, very productive. So the principal said we chose the Can Do program for parents and kids to support our nearly 500 students. We found that the program was exceptional in meeting the different needs of our kids by helping them with their positive attitudes, their relationships, and their self-confidence. It's helped to meet the needs of our students, and it's helped to make a creative and positive atmosphere for all of our students. But the best part of it is this. I told you, it typically requires almost zero effort on your part. We're talking 5 minutes a day. So let me tell you the major steps that we walk people through, the parents, in the 7-week parenting course, the Can Do program. Step number 1, setting personal development goals for your family. When is the last time you and your kids sat down and actually wrote down goals for your family? Most people never write down their goals. But when you start doing that, amazing things happen. In the 7-week parenting course, we're going to write down goals. We're going to identify your goals for you, your family, your kids for the next 5 years. And then we're going to break those goals down into the next 12 months. And then we break them down to the next 30 days and the next week. So every week of the parenting course, we're going to be going over your goals and helping you establish a certain pattern of setting and accomplishing goals. You see, we believe it's better to surpass a goal than not quite reach one. And when your kids can learn goal setting at an early age, it makes a huge difference in the rest of their lives. Here's a testimonial. Casey, age 5, Tampa, Florida. He said, I love the Can Do messages every morning. They tell me that I am a champion. I told you. And get me to high-five my champion sign. I like the workbook and the fun exercises. Step 2 in the Can Do program for parents and kids, developing a championship daily attitude in your kids and for the entire family. We've done research and we found that 80% of your child's success depends on their attitude. Now, let me repeat that. This is really glaring. 80% of your child's success depends on their attitude. It's not the Ivy League school they go to, it's their attitude. So what if we could help your family have a great attitude every day, and it would only take a few minutes the first thing every morning, and your entire family had a championship attitude every day of the year? You think that might make a difference in the success and happiness of you, your kids, and your family? Absolutely. John and Mary in San Diego, I coached them. Oh my gosh, this was an amazing story. They're 5th grader, having problems in school. Diagnosed for ADD, the nurse wanted to put him on Ritalin. And so I asked, do we have a couple of weeks? Sure. So I had him start the Can Do program, and started listening to the messages. And after 2 weeks, his behavior improved dramatically, both at home and at school. He was never put on medication. And get this, that little boy that year won the school spelling bee. How's that? That's can do. Now, step 3 in the program, overcoming stress and panic in both your kids and in yourself. Now, I'm not a doctor, but here's my view of things. I believe the number one killer these days is stress. Do you disagree? I don't think so. I think it causes most of our problems in physical ailments because we've got too much stress in our lives. So through this part of the program, we help you to reduce stress and put it under control. And then let's talk about panic attacks. Oh my gosh. Have you had one? I did many years ago, and I've got to tell you, it was awful. How many people secretly go through panic attacks? How many kids go through panic attacks before a test at school? So we have part of this program is called Panic Cease, where we teach you specific steps on how to get control of stress, how to reduce and get control of panic attacks and make them a thing of the past. Could this be a benefit to you and your family? Oh, I think so, big time. The vice principal of that school in Kansas City, here's what she said. She said at Manor Hill Elementary, we've chosen the Can Do program, and there are so many benefits. As a parent myself, she said, I love that it promotes positive self-esteem and also a great attitude. Step 4 of the program, promoting creativity in your child and in their success in life. Most kids are so much more creative than they're given credit for. If we tell them they are creative, if we encourage them with the right words, they will be more creative than they ever thought possible. And could that change their future? It absolutely could. We teach kids that they can write stories, they can write books while they're in school. And these traits we show you in the Can Do program in step 4. Margaret in Dallas said, after listening to the Can Do audio messages for a week, my son came out of school one afternoon with the biggest smile and the best attitude he's had in a long time. He said the messages told him that he was a champion. Absolutely. Step 5 of the program, action steps to get results for your kids, for your family, and for your future. Nothing happens in goal setting unless we've got some simple action steps that you can believe. You know, we're not talking about a lot of time every day. We're talking about 5 minutes a day. And these action steps, which you will get in the pattern of doing every week during the 7-week parenting course and be able to carry it on from there, you'll find that accomplishing things for your kids and for your family can be much simpler than ever before by following our steps for creating these simple action steps that get great results. Bethany mentioned my daughter has listened to some of the Can Do daily messages, and I have to say they're really powerful. She said the first one was great. She immediately came to me and gave me a big hug, asking me, can you feel the love I'm giving you? Message number 1 in the 31 messages is about love. So here's how we can help you as a parent. Step 1, setting personal development goals for your family. Step 2, developing a championship daily attitude. Step 3, overcoming stress and panic. Step 4, promoting creativity and your child's success. And step 5, action steps that get results. Sounds like something you're interested in? Well, here's the offer one last time. We're looking for just 3 parents this month. This is not for everybody. We're looking for people who understand the value of having a concrete, specific personal development program for their kids. So we're looking for 3 parents this month who want to help their kids to become a better version of themselves. So in less than 7 weeks during the parenting course, we're going to help your child to have a better attitude, to perform better at school, to get better grades, to be better at interacting with other people. Think about this. In ordinary schooling, there's not a single course on how to get along with people. And yet, where are we spending most of our lives? We're trying to get along with people. What if we could help your kids to learn how to do that much better than we ever thought possible, and to become better at being self-motivated? Are you tired of telling your kids to go do things? What if they became self-motivated and wanted to do things because it made them feel better about themselves? Well, maybe that's you thinking about all of this. So then fill out the application below. Fill it out on this page right now. And let's schedule a Zoom meeting with me to see if the 7-week parenting course would be right for you and your family. We're here to help you and to change things for the better forever. But there's a warning here. There are a limited amount of spots available for this live 7-week Can Do Parenting course. If you're seeing this video right now, here's what that means. That there are limited spots still available. But time is of the essence, so fill out the application below on this page right now. Let's set up that Zoom meeting. We look forward to seeing your testimonial with the incredible results you and your family will experience with the Can Do program for parents and kids. Thank you for being with me. I look forward to seeing you on the Zoom call and to changing the future of your family for the better forever. Bye-bye.